I've always like illustrated and drawn since I was a kid. I think a lot of inspirations come from, kids' books that I had, and like early record covers my dad had, or cartoons I watched growing up. Ferals and Captain Planet and all that stuff. It's all mostly organic, It's all from the hands, from the mind, down the arm, out my left hand, onto the paper. Draw that out. I rub out stuff heaps, because I don't just go elements where things are wrong or that's not right, that shape's changed or whatever. So it's just sort of just building keeps you in tune with what you're putting down. You're not relying on like being able to go back and chop and change shit easily just with Command Z like a computer. Like a computer's pretty amazing, it does some awesome stuff, but it just like anything else in the world, it just makes everything too easy for you, like. Our friends approached me to do the collab, and we kind of bounced some ideas about what we could kind of do. It was an artwork. It was as though I was sort of creating stuff for an exhibition. So it's sustainable stuff they do. It's really good. The fact that they're kind of going out of their way to like build a hemp farm and produce their own hemp to actually make their own product. Pretty sick to see. All the colours, the quality of it's fucking amazing. Take it back, and that was sort of an underlying like kind of concept. I guess just a take on the overconsumption of nature, and it's so nice to just go for a walk through the bush and be so connected to that. It's what really centers me, and paying attention to the detail in everything, as weird as it can sound. The texture on a leaf and stuff, and like so much pattern and detail and life in everything, and I'm super inspired by that. Like I try and incorporate and marry colours together that just kind of create this euphoric kind of feeling, an idea or a concept, and I drive that home, but the thing that really seals it together or glues it together is the colour, like drawn to the colour first. One thing that's kept what I do breathing and kept it fresh and real and stimulating is the fact that it is ever changing and it's not always the same. I think out of everything I've been doing lately, doing a record cover for a band is probably the thing I enjoy the most. Animated vinyls too. So when you play them, they spin at a certain speed and shutter speed rate. Yeah, it's pretty nice. There's like fire burning, lightning striking, and yeah, it's pretty hectic, pretty cool. Really enjoy creating record covers. And some of the things you can do now, like, it's pretty bullshit. Like the last one we just did for June Rats is like a lenticular print, which is something, again, inspired by just when we were little kids with Tarzos and those things. It's a 2-part album that when you put them together, it makes one landscape scene. To do some photographic stuff, I did some of that with like Jack River, like this collage kind of crazy sort of landscape thing that Holly had dreamed up. And this is a pretty special album because it was, me and Holly sort of grew up together, and a lot of memories, they're good and bad and sad, and the cover had to tell the story that the music was. So she was going to put on a little music festival in the hometown of Foster, and wanted me to do the poster art for that. That kicked off, started to do that together. I did a lot of like the creative direction for the festival and installations and stuff that was based off the poster artwork. And just again, like working in your hometown and having lots of friends involved, creating things together is what it's all about. It's so fun. I'm not really musically talented, but I don't be involved creatively in one way or another. It's pretty cool to be able to be involved in the visual side of things.